Hi there, I hope you are well. Welcome to this podcast. My name is Virginia Njuguna and this is My Friend's Love. For those who are joining us for the very first time, feel at home. You're so welcome, feel appreciated. Thank you for joining us. Just take a seat, take a glass of water or chai yenyewe ama a juice and let us do this thing together. Thank you so much for the support that people have showed us all the way since we started this platform. I believe that we'll grow together, we're going to have fun together, and we're going to just be ourselves as we grow in this. So let us dive into today's topic. Diving in today's topic, this is a topic I love. I am so passionate about. I might not be, let me just say, I am so passionate about. I love talking about it. I love telling people about it. And it's just something it's about growth and you just growing and becoming a better person as a child of God. Cindy, I am not the best in it again. We are going to teach each other, learn from one another, and grow together because that is what I know we're going to do together. So, if networking was a person, then it is me. It is this lady here where I am, can I say addicted? I am so passionate about networking. Every single place I go to, everything I just get to do, the moment I just get to know people, the moment I know I am involving people in what I am doing, it makes me want to know people. It makes me get to network more. So, wacha tu tuanze mwanzo. What is networking? For the people who do the technical things, they know networking in a different dimension. Like, easy networking za kupitisha net, kupitisha power, everything. Sijui describe aje. And also for us who are in this industry where we involve people more, it is something I'm getting to learn. At first, I was shying off from it because I was like, I sitahitaji kuinteract na watu, sitahitaji watu in my, okay, of course I know I need people, but I was like, I don't need to interact with people sana. But shock on me. This thing has made me understand and know myself better because mi ni ule msee napenda to learn something new. I love learning something new. Itakama haita take one day, no matter how long it will take for me to learn, at the end of the day, I have learned something. And I am one who, you remember when we were in high school, tulikuwa tunaambiwa kuna watu who learn, kuna watu machopi wakisoma kitabu, they are good to go for the exams. Kuna watu mwalimu akifunza class, they are good to go. Sindio? But there are also other people who are good when it comes to group discussion. And mi nilikuwa mtu wa hiyo group discussion. Nitashika kitabu, nitasoma, but haitaingia kwa akili yangu more than what I hear people saying. And that is what got into my system. I know I am good when I'm interacting with people. I am good when I'm listening to people. And it makes me just know another new me that I didn't know. So diving into networking, nimeshinda nikiongelea hiyo story sana. So networking, people see as though it's you making new friends and then having new friends in your life. But for me, I don't think that is it. Networking is all about you going out there. Let me just give an example of me as a filmmaker. What I especially do, the specialization I have done in filmmaking, I do continuity, I do wardrobe, and I do acting. So hiyo ni kidogo sana. But I love doing behind the scenes, being the first AD. So once I go on a set where it's full of filmmakers, it doesn't matter kama ukuja kama extra. Mimi, I am learning to nisitharau anyone wherever I go. You've come to this set as an extra, I still respect you for that role. You've come to set as a director, I still respect you for that role. Whichever rank you have come to do, the place tumepatana, I will respect you for that. And that makes me grow. That makes me even network and get to know people more. I have gone to a set where there's an extra who came to set. Kumbe huyu extra ni production manager in another set, and he can't even tell. He's anakuja tu kwa nimekuja kufanya kazi, okay, I am okay. Anashika lines, ako sawa. And then he's this quiet person, alikuwa very quiet. Mtu hata amejicompose, and you can't tell this person. Tunaambiwanga you might be seated to the next what am I saying? The person seated next to you might be yule mtu anakuinterview in an interview you're going next week or tomorrow. So it's for you to take this initiative and talk to this person. Mjulie tu hali. I know at times it's a struggle to start a conversation, me being an introverted, and whether you need to talk about personalities. Because for me, I've been an introvert for the longest time ever. But we are always told whatever your interest in is, where your interest is in, utajipata, you're taking much of your time there. You're investing lots of your time there and energy and everything. So if I am interested in this, I will go do it. So in the film industry where I've been working, I am also talking to the young filmmakers who are growing. And someone, not only in the film industry, I am certain this industry ziufanana. Unapatanga kuna place umeenda, you need to volunteer, you're being told to volunteer for a certain conference that is happening over the weekend. Alafu kwa zile za mimi, nene nifanye kitu bure, nijikute. I've done that before. But with the moment I learned the secret of networking, are we volunteering for this conference? I will go. Am I going to interact with people in that conference? Because I will go do it very fast. It's something we really need to develop. When you get to know your personality, you really need to also know if this is my personality. Mi si mtu wa watu. How can I do to even get to know what people do? How can I do to even get people to know what I do? If you're good in social media, utilize social media in a positive way. If you're good in one-on-one talks, utilize it to the fullest. If you're good in just whatever you do, presenting your work, kuna conference, like I'm saying, there are people who volunteer for conferences. Alafu, what you do, just go and display it there. I'm sure hautalipwa, but trust me, there's someone who will come and he or she will see what you're doing, not again interest. So this is what I think. I was talking to the young filmmakers who are really growing and desire to grow. There is this discussion filmmakers always have, and we're always told that you really want to get up there as a filmmaker. Mimi bado sijafika, by the way. You want to get up there as a filmmaker. Imagine huwezi toka from 0, you go to straight to 100. You have to go to every number, a step at a time. Hata ukizisema 1, 2, like ni kama tu una make a step. And that is how it all happens in this film industry and even in every other industry. That you have to take this one step. Ni kujituma, jitume. Go out there and jituma. Learn as the thing you're specializing in. Learn a lot about it. So that when you go to the other step, you're learning something that is related to what you really want to center in. Itakujenga. It's an every single step day. And also it must be built up by also identity, because we already talked about identity. And if you already know your identity, then you know who you are, where you stand in Christ as a child of God, then go out there. And we're going out there to just accomplish your purpose. Maybe you're sent to do whatever you're sent to do on this earth to do. Go out there with all confidence. Go out there with all understanding who you are. Because at the same time, outside here, it's not that easy. You will not encounter people who are pursuing the same goals, who have the same principles as you have. You will encounter people who are like, what? Is this what it means to be in the film industry? Then, hey, wacha niache basi. Maybe my career was not in the film industry. It's upon you to really understand your purpose, have your own principles set, so that hata ukienda huko, whatever people will do, whatever people will say, it will not affect you. Remember, it all comes from identity. You know who you are. You have searched yourself, and you have searched yourself in Christ, and He has already given you your identity. He has already given you your purpose. You already know it. It is in your hands. So go out there and do it. And even as you get to interact with people, like I was saying, you can volunteer in I'm talking about kuvolunteer sana kwa sababu mimi, many of the things I have done as I am growing here up to now, I've volunteered. And at times inakanga punishment, you don't have money. I even kosana na wazazi wangu because I'm like, unanitisha fare kila saa, kwani kwenye unaenda kufanya haikusaidii. Until your parents, with the love they have for you, or even your guardians, or whoever you are with when you unaomba fare or at least something to boost you as you go there, inafikanga place anakuambia enye what you're doing I think haikusaidii. Parents, there are times una feeling you msee encourage, ni kama he wants to kill your dream. But from looking at it from a parent's perspective, I'm not a parent yet, but see, right now at a place I understand why they were like that. But it's now upon you to take this initiative and start networking and start to get to look for these opportunities. Opportunities ziko very many, and many filmmakers will tell you this. Opportunities ziko very many. Just that how are you marketing yourself out there? How are you going out there and telling them, by the way, this is what I do, this is what I want to do? How convincing are you for them to see what you're doing? So it all takes with you the volunteering thing, and then once you go to set, interact with those people. Let them get to know what you do. Let them see this is what you're strong in. Not to prove it to them, but let them see it. The way you're doing it, let them see it. And by that, you get to even see, kumbe umse director wa hapa, ni DOP in another set. Like DOP, I mean director of photography. By this, I also say, maybe this HR here is working here as a HR, but also runs her own business. She has her own business. Ameanza. Would you want to learn from them? Then go ahead. Networking is all about you're hungry to learn, you're hungry to grow, then go ahead and do it and give it your level best. I said yes, obstacles did come. People will not be there to support you. This one thing I'm learning about networking is these people you meet and then you get to learn from each other. They don't know you. Hawakujui that personal levels. Because inafikanga place where like people are discussing about something on set and they're like, I met this lady who does continuity. I think she's good to do this because I do continuity. Then I'm brought on board. Then it's just simple. Just make it so simple and precise. Outside here, people want to exchange something for something. But how principled are you to know that I don't want to do that? Because I am a child of God. Remember, you are a child of God. And you know what you stand for. You know your principles. You have Christ in you. Even as you go out there, you're even representing God to the fullest. It is not easy. I told you the industry is rotten, but it is not as the way you think you are or you think everyone else is. But go out there with all you have and your principles and the qualities and go out there and give it your best. But above all, may God be included in all that you do. May God be included in the decisions you're making. Decide kwenda kunetwork leo, put God first so that he may lead you to the right people, because you know the other people who are not good. Okay, I don't know what I can't even explain that statement, but there are people who do not have the same intentions as you have. But the fact that you're going out there to learn, to connect yourself, God always guides you and he always orders your step. So networking is not something difficult. It's upon you to decide, knowing your strength. Am I good? I remember I was not good in talking to people, but ilianza tu, because I love this thing, ilianza tu automatically. And even as you're doing what God has put in you to do here on earth, you're being sent to do music. Go interact with other musicians. They have conferences. Are you a TikToker? People who do these TikTok things, they even have conferences. Go, just learn from them. Because me, I always know, whenever I go to a set, I do this thing, but there's someone who is doing it better, I will not compete with them. I will make sure I learn something from them. And that is what I have learned from the lady who has worked with me in this film industry. Not only her, but others. So that is, I hope I'm not just narrowing it down to film industry. I mean, be it a DJ, I have friends who are DJs. They go and learn from one another. They go and build each other. Actually, there are even these DJs who, they go together for a gig. And through there, they network. That is how we get to grow these things. Even you have a business you want to start, imagine start it. And when you go through that, I have involved nimefanya kazi mtaani before. And in there, I have told people, by the way, who worked hapa. By the way, who fanya hii kazi behind the scene. And people go and watch. And someone tells me who's the earrings. I buy earrings from them. I can't go and do buy from other people, and yet I know there's someone whom I encountered with tukifanya hustle yetu na siwezi promote. It's all about building each other as we network and get to know them. So as I maliza this topic, we're going to have more details about it, but I would love to bring it up from this verse of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11 to 18. Is about putting on the whole armor of God, so that even as you go out there and do all that you really desire, one, is it in God's plan? Two, put on the whole armor of God, because as I was saying, pray about it before you go out there. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may get to know who you are, and even as you go, remember, hata hizi opportunities unapata, you're going to preach the word to people. People will see you and they're like, hey, there's something different about this person, and then they gain interest. And once they gain interest, they will see this is a person who loves God. And you're sending and you're telling people about God through your actions. We are always told actions speak louder than words. Let your actions define you. Let your actions. So usiende kwambia tu mimi nimeokoka. Okay, it's not bad to say it. Go and tell people, but also let your actions be your backup. So putting on the whole armor of God, take the shield of faith wherever you go. Remember, it's not you. This is you putting your faith in God. You're dreaming big. Dedicate it to God. Dedicate it to God and even dream big. But above all, have faith. Usiamini ati these things ndo zitanipeleka. God himself will take you to those levels. And above all, and your feet with shob to the preparation of the gospel of peace. Go there and preach peace to people. Go there and preach, like, be there to, hey, how do I say this thing? And take the helmet of salvation. Are you born again? Put on the helmet of salvation and walk with it. These are your principles. They will guide you. And at the end of the day, how often do you read your Bible? Yes, it's good to listen to sermons, but read the Bible yourself. Read the word yourself. Pray, seek God. To be honest, in this topic, as we're going to expound more on it in the other episodes, I will pray for you. I will pray for you as you start this challenge to go out there and represent and do the best in what you do. Be it you are talented in singing, go and sing. You're talented in acting, go. In everything that you do, go and do it. Give it your level best. But at the end of the day, do it as though you're serving God. Do it as though someone is watching you and really wants to see this God that you're representing. Go out there. Pray always. Pray always. This is what the Bible is telling us. I'm still saying Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11 to 18. It's all about putting on the whole armor of God. Put on the whole armor of God so that hata ukienda uko nje, nothing will be an obstacle to you. They will come. Other obstacles will come, by the way. But because you have God in you, he will walk with you through them. Network out there. Go and... This is what is paying your bills. This is what is taking you to other levels. This is what is paying your school fees. Go and give it your level best, but dedicate it to God. Go out, network and interact with other great people. Learn from them. Do not compete with people. Network and learn and grow, and above all, represent Christ. Thank you for this topic. I don't want to talk much more about it. We will expound on it more. But one thing I'd love to tell you, something you have learned here or something you can teach us, please write it in the comments down there. Let us learn from one another and grow together. You can find us on our all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at My Friends Love. And also you can find me on Instagram at Njuguna VG. Let us grow together. Let us have fun together and serve the Lord together at the end of the day. This is My Friends Love, and I am your host, Virginia Njuguna. See you next Wednesday.